And welcome back. I'm Amy, and this is Live in the Hall at the Georgia Municipal Association Annual Convention. And I am joined by Mayor Boyd Austin, Mayor of Dallas, Georgia, who is going to be sworn in as president of the association tomorrow afternoon. So, Boyd, you've been around GMA a lot. You've been super involved, and we really, really appreciate that. How did you first get involved with GMA?
Well, I've been involved with GMA since I became mayor.
And that was, what,
21 years ago.
I had my numbers reversed.
Right. And I found out early that GMA provided a lot of the resources that we needed as local cities, that they already had dealt with some of the issues that cities face, and there was no need to try to reinvent the wheel or spend money to do something again. So I was always very involved with them early on, and then began to move in leadership positions, Legislative Policy Council and Executive Board and places like that, and the RMEBS
I was going to say, you're one of the few, there's only been, 3 in the history of GMA, presidents of the Georgia Municipal Association, also served as chairman of the employee benefits system as well.
That's
so
correct.
you have double duty this year. We're going to keep you really, really busy. What are some of your plans for the year?
Well, I want to stress education. I want to stress the fact that city officials need to know what their role is, whether they're a mayor or council or an appointed official. I want them to take advantage of the services GMA offers. I want them to understand that if they've been here a short time or a long time, our training goes a long way to help improve their lives and their roles as city officials.
Well, in your 21 years, I'm sure you have seen the amount of training that GMA offers just explode.
It has, and you know, things have changed.
Yeah.
We're live streaming today on Facebook. We would never have imagined this even 10 years ago.
Like, people who took municipal operations, 3 years ago, it's a completely different course now than it was when they took it.
And the city of Dallas, we just rolled out a new Dallas GA app. It's available
very cool.
in the Google and the Apple Store. People will be able to get notifications of city events. They can file work requests, pay their bills online, buy tickets for our theater. It's amazing what that platform does. It totally changes the way the government operates.
Technology has really changed
Absolutely.
the way government serves. And it also, I think, has changed people's expectations of government, too. They expect a much quicker response and to be much more connected to you.
And that's exactly what it does, is it moves from an old paper and phone system. They get notice that it's been received, when it's worked, and when it's completed. And it follows the whole process through.
So I'm always interested, because I don't think I could ever put myself out there to run for office. So I'm always interested, what made you decide you wanted to run for mayor? What got you involved?
Dallas is my hometown, and at the time I ran, there was a little bit of fussing going on in the council, and the town, I didn't think was being kept as clean and as nice as it should have been. And when I complained, somebody said we ought to run, so I did.
That's what you get for complaining.
And I won. I defeated an incumbent, and then they've elected me 5 times since then.
And I have to say, if you haven't been to Dallas, Georgia recently, your downtown is gorgeous. What you've done with the courthouse square area is just really, really pretty.
We're very pleased. We've had great partners. A lot of folks that are vendors here have been architects and the construction companies, the contractors that did the work. And so it's been a real community partnership. And what it's done, it's like you'll see all over Georgia that people are coming to spaces in downtown, gathering spaces. And we didn't have that before.
Right.
And so now they've got 2 great little parks. We hope to build more. We've connected the neighborhoods with sidewalks.
And you brought your theater back.
The theater was bought, renovated, and restored. So it provides a gathering place after business hours, and it gives impetus for other things to come.
Okay, so I'm going to jump to policy real quick.
Okay.
You are such a proponent of home rule. Explain to people what home rule means, because I think it's those of us who work in the policy area, it's kind of like, oh yeah, home rule. It's like ketchup. We know what that means. Well, what does it mean?
Well, home rule, we've got a great example now with the Brexit vote. Home rule is the individual freedom of self-determination to be what you want to be and how you want to be, and it's manifested in a local level, at the government local level, as home rule. For us to make decisions for ourselves, to know that each of us is unique as a city from other cities. And then that grows into the states' rights, where states have certain powers enumerated to them. And then it's national sovereignty.
Right.
So it's a step process. But home rule says we can do things better at the local level than some higher level of government can do for us.
Than pushing
and
it
I am
down.
a staunch defender. I've got a populist background, and that's one thing I'll talk about tomorrow, is that I am a staunch defender of home rule and that we should have that ability to make decisions. And that's really the reason why GMA was founded.
Exactly.
Those 35 city officials that came together in 1933 came together for that purpose, is to say we can do these things on our own.
We understand the needs at the local level,
Right.
and you know, Brunswick is different than Beaufort. They're
Right.
not the same. They have different issues. That's right.
There are a lot of similarities in cities. We have a lot of the same issues, but there are different scales and there are different means that we have for going about it. Some cities have utilities that pay a huge portion of their finances,
Right.
and then other cities depend heavily on property taxes.
Okay, so I'm gonna toss this out to you. What do you think are some of the biggest challenges that cities in Georgia face?
I think we have a serious crisis in infrastructure, and that's proven nationally. Transportation, water and sewer infrastructure, a lot of the safety issues regarding the power grid. On a local level and on a state level, we have some issues about providing broadband service
Right.
to local communities, and who can provide it, who will provide it,
Right.
and at what cost it will be provided. We're moving more towards social issues. We talk about the opioid abuse and
Right.
some of the responses we've had to that. So, and it's in every community,
Yes.
large and small.
It is,
But
yeah.
it will affect all of us, whether we're big or small or rural or urban or suburban.
Yeah. And what do you think makes Georgia's cities great? And you've traveled quite a bit, I know, to other states as part of your responsibilities with GMA and with the RMEPS board, and you've visited other communities. What do you think makes Georgia's cities different than the cities in other states?
Well, I will tell you this: there are 49 municipal leagues across the country, and all but Hawaii has a municipal league.
We got to get them on board.
That's right. But as we travel around and we meet with people from different states, we find that Georgia is the envy of all of them. Our advocacy section at GMA, which provides our support in the legislature and in the United States Capitol,
Right.
is second to none. We provide a wide range of services, and through our Member Services Advisory Council now, we're growing and we're assessing the services we provide, looking at things we need to do and maybe some things we should get rid of.
Right.
So we're really answering the needs of Georgia cities. And I think that is the basis of the foundation for the success. And cities are where things happen.
Yep.
We're the traditional site for new ideas, for manufacturing. We're the markets for our agricultural products. We're the port city, both in Savannah and Atlanta with Hartsfield. So we all have unique character, but we have a great common bond through GMA, and that's something I want to see grow.
That's awesome.
Over my next year as president,
Right.
and then even beyond that with those that follow me.
Well, we appreciate you being here. We look forward to your presidency, and we look forward to having fun this weekend. One of the things we love about the GMA convention is even though we stay very busy with training and
Right.
policy and all the meetings that we do over these 3-4 days, it is kind of have a family reunion. It's all the city officials coming back together once a year and just reconnecting with each
It's
other.
fun and fellowship. And while we learn from a lot of the things we read and see and hear, we share a lot of ideas,
Oh, yeah.
and we get so much from each other. And
We
to me,
steal
GMA
ideas.
is a family. Yeah, we're kind of like preachers. We steal a lot of our messages and the things we do. So
Yeah.
it's a great event, and I would encourage every city to make sure that GMA's convention and Mayor's Day is a part of your budget.
Right.
The training is a vital factor in your success. Take advantage of what the association has to offer.
Well,
Be
great.
a part
Well,
of it.
thank you so much, and we look forward to seeing you get sworn in tomorrow.
Thank you. I'm looking forward to it as well.
And now we're going to go check out some of the vendors with Kelly.